Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Over in the US, huge news has come out as Donald J. Trump has come good on yet another one of his promises. And one of his promises before he got elected into office was to ban the likes of transgenderism for young kids. And well, he's come good on that promise today, in fact, and he has released a statement banning transgenderism and the transing of young kids, the surgical and the chemical castration of the innocent young kids. He has banned it not just for one or two states, but for all 50 states in the US. This is major, major news, my friends. In case you were wondering how big this actually is, there was no such thing as a transgender kid before this happened. And there's definitely no such thing now as a transgender kid, because Trump has gone, I'm going to ban anyone that in any state in America, they cannot legally, and I say that because we know the heart of man, we know what people will do behind the scenes. If they can't get caught, then they will still try and mutilate and butcher the likes of young kids, because they've got in their head, oh, we must protect the kids. We must protect these kids that think that they are something they're actually not, which, as we know, according to science, is a total and utter lie. You can't be something that you're not. Just because you're an adult, you can make your own decision, whatever else. Doesn't make it right. Same thing with young kids. There's no such thing as a trans kid. There's a kid that may be confused, but you can help that child and you don't intervene with drugs or anything else of the sort. You leave that kid alone and then you do proper interventions from a psychological area. Now, Trump banning all of this is huge, because you're going to have the woke liberal types having a full-on meltdown. They were scared before, and they're definitely going to be terrified right now, because all the woke liberal types, the woke dingbats, I call them, they were screaming from the rooftops for so long, we must protect the trans kids. We must protect them. What are we going to do about the trans kids? How am I going to get my medication? Mummy, daddy, what am I going to do? Guess what? There's no such thing as a trans child. There is only such a thing as a parent that wants to trans that child, which is sick. And Trump doing this is the right thing. It is the right course of action. We have been fighting for this for a very long time, because no child is born in the wrong body. Not one. Not one child. And it took the likes of a president that has some stones and some courage to stand up and say, enough is enough. I've had it. He's heard the stories of Chloe Cole. He's heard the stories of countless other detransitioners, and he said, enough. No more are we going to butcher and mutilate the likes of young kids, because I see what is done to the detransitioners. And how dare the woke liberal types try and take away from the detransitioners' personal experience? How dare they? Because we still don't know the total effect of what this transgenderism madness is going to do to kids. We still don't know how many. The numbers are probably going to be enormous, to be honest with you all. No more transing of minors. The chemical and surgical mutilation of minors for transgenderism in the United States is now prohibited. Nature is healing. Chloe Cole goes, this is the beginning of the end. Goodbye, child mutilators. You won't be missed. The White House put out a statement saying protecting children from chemical and surgical mutilation. Riley Gaines goes, huge. President Trump has signed an executive order ordering the immediate halting of chemical castration and genital mutilation for minors. Trump I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth no longer meets federal health and safety standards. They will be terminated from receiving federal funds effective immediately. That is massive. So accordingly, it is a policy of the United States that it will not fund, sponsor, promote, assist, or support the so-called transition of a child from one sex to another, which, as we know, cannot happen. And it will rigorously enforce all laws that prohibit or limit these destructive and life-altering procedures. Section 2, definitions. For the purpose of this order, the term child or children means an individual or individuals under 19 years of age. Again, if you're an adult, you can choose to butcher and mutilate yourself however you want, but leave the kids alone. Again, it doesn't make it right what you're doing, but we have no control over what you decide to do. The term pediatric means relating to the medical care of a child. The phrase, this is important, chemical and surgical mutilation, means the use of puberty blockers, including GnRH, agonists, and other interventions to delay the onset of progression of normal timed puberty in an individual who does not identify as his or her sex. The use of cross-sex hormones such as androgen blockers, estrogen, progesterone, or testosterone to align an individual's physical appearance with an identity that differs from his or her biological sex, and surgical procedures that attempt to transform an individual's physical appearance to align with an identity that differs from his or her biological sex, or that attempt to alter or remove an individual's biological sexual organs to minimize or destroy their natural biological functions. This phrase sometimes is referred to as gender-affirming care. He just banned gender-affirming care, outlawed it in all 50 states. And that, to me, is one of the best things that Trump has done so far. He's only been in office now for what, 9 days? He's accomplished more in 9 days than any president has in, well, a whole entire bloody term. Let's just say that. What did Joe Biden achieve in his 4-year reign? You may be wondering. Absolutely nothing good. And I dare anyone to put in the comments and tell me one thing that Joe Biden did that was good. Because Joe Biden promoted this craziness. He promoted this madness. He promoted the chemical castration and mutilation. And he claimed to be a Catholic. Anyone that claims to be something but then lives life as the opposite is a hypocrite. And it makes me wonder truly about whether or not they're really saved. By your fruits you shall know them, right? And Trump, he's proving to be more of a believer because this is what Christ would want. Not allowing his children to be butchered and mutilated at the hands of a progressive ideology. This is what we've been waiting for and fighting for quite some time, and I am happy. I am happy that this is happening. Australia and the rest of the world, are you bloody waking up yet? That's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.